looking at Lauren Daigle's song called How Can It Be? And this song is in G major. And for the song we'll be using fifth intervals quite a bit. A fifth interval is the distance of 5 total notes in a scale. So if we start from G and count 5, your starting note plus your ending note will equal your fifth interval. So let's jump right into the verse of the song. The progression of the verse is C major, E minor, D major, C major, E minor, D major, G major. So for your C major chord, we'll be playing C and G in the left hand, C and E in the right hand. All of that will jump up by 2 notes to your E minor chord, E and B in the left hand, E and G in the right hand, then D and A in the left hand, and D and F sharp in the right hand for your D major chord. You'll notice on the 4th count of this measure, I'm actually bringing my F sharp up to G to create a melody. So that will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that takes us to the second line of the verse, which is identical to the first. We just add 1 chord at the end. So we're going to add this G major chord, G and D in the left hand, and B in the right hand. Now this B will come down to A to create a melody once again. So the whole verse, start to finish, sounds like this. To the chorus of the song, which is built on a walk-up, and a walk-up is just going from one chord to the next in your scale, kind of like you're walking up stairs. So we'll start with a G major chord in the left hand, G and D in the left hand, and we'll be playing B and D in the right hand. We'll walk up to A minor for the next chord, A and E in the left hand, C and E in the right hand. Then we'll jump just a little bit to a G over B chord, B and G in the left hand, D and G in the right hand. Then to our C major chord, C and G in the left hand, C and E in the right hand. Now you'll repeat this progression one more time through before you exit the chorus, but you'll add 1 chord at the end. So let me play through the whole chorus for you. That's the chord you add right at the end before you exit the chorus. It's a D major chord, D and A in the left hand, D and F sharp in the right hand. And that will take you to the interlude in between the chorus and the verse, which is the exact same chord progression, G, A minor, G over B, and C. We're just going to change the right hand notes just a little bit. For the right hand, we'll play G and B. For the next chord, we'll play A and C, then B and D, then C and E. So the interlude sounds like this. And that leads you right back into the second verse. Now the second verse is the same as the first verse, so we'll go ahead and skip over that and go right to the second chorus. Now the second chorus has the same chord progression, G, A minor, G over B, and C. but we're going to change the right hand just a little bit, and this time it's actually going to be a little easier. So for the right hand, we'll play D and G for the second chorus. Then we'll play C and E for our A minor chord. We'll go back to D and G for our G over B chord. Then we'll come back to C and E for our C major chord. So you really only have two variations here. You have D and G, then you have C and E, then you go right back to D and G, and you come right back down to C and E. So the second chorus goes like this. Interlude once again, and all we're going to do for the interlude is continue what we were just doing for the second chorus. And then that takes us to the bridge of the song, and the bridge of the song is G over B, C, D major. So we'll start with the G over B chord. In the right hand we'll play D and G just like we were just doing for the chorus and the interlude. We'll come up to C major and we'll drop down our right hand to C and E. Then we'll move up to D major, D and A in both hands. So that repeats 5 times through for the bridge. To the down chorus that comes right after the bridge, and these chords are the same. We're not changing chords quite yet. We'll have a G major chord. The right hand will change a little bit from what we did on the last choruses. We'll have G and B in the right hand, A and C for our A minor chord in the right hand, B and D in the right hand for our G over B chord, then C and E for our C major chord. And once you get to the C major chord, you can start building back up because the song builds there. So that down chorus will sound like this. And then that leads us to a couple of different chords that we haven't covered yet. We continue walking the chords up, and this is what's called a G over D chord. We'll play D and G in the left hand, B, D, and G in the right hand, and then we'll move to what's called a C over E chord. We'll play E and G in the left hand, C and E in the right hand. And then we'll go back to our G over B chord that we're familiar with already. We'll play D and G in the right hand, and then C and G in the left hand, C and E in the right hand, and that will take us back to our D major chord. So that whole chorus, the down chorus plus what we just added, will sound like this. Again. Now for the second chorus and the last chorus, I would go back to how we played the second chorus earlier. Which I would stay where we are, D and G in the right hand. And you end with the verse chords. That D major chord. And that is Lauren Daigle's song called How Can It Be? Thanks for watching.